Welcome to another edition of the Legal River Podcast, a weekly look at the laws and legal issues facing small to medium-sized businesses.
Hello, I'm Hyra with Hyra IP, and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about how to stop cyber squatting from becoming a problem for your business. Cyber squatting is a very common problem these days, especially for any business that has a large web presence. And really, any business that's going to have a website that's important to them should know a few things. They should know what cyber squatting is, what steps they can take to prevent cyber squatting problems, and what you can do once cyber squatting has already become an issue for you. So in this podcast, I'm going to talk about the first two of those issues, and then in the next podcast, I'll address what you can do once it's already become a problem for you. So cyber squatting has become a big issue now that the internet's obviously become so huge. And what cyber squatting is has evolved over the years, but nowadays there are many firms, there are many businesses who their entire business is domaining. It's buying, holding, selling domains. These are well-capitalized companies, some with tens of millions of dollars, and they have automated programs that go out, they detect what domains are receiving traffic, and then they automatically register those domains in bulk, and they throw up content automatically onto each site. Many of them own hundreds of thousands of sites, and each one may be filled with advertising links from Google AdWords, or other automated advertising programs. And these domainers, they don't really care, what the domain is, as long as it gets traffic. And so if they can pull in $12 a year in revenue from traffic going through their advertising links, and it costs them $10 to register and host the site, that's great for them. It's only a few bucks, but multiply that by hundreds of thousands of domains, and you have yourself a good business. But where it changes from just domaining into cyber squatting is that there's no real way for them to account for what domains other people have rights in. And so if they register a bunch of domains that other people have rights in, that's known as cyber squatting. And so why does that become an issue for businesses? Why might it be an issue for your business? Well, here's a common scenario. You decide that you're going to develop a website. You put a lot of time and money into it, search engine optimization, Google AdWords, just building and driving traffic to your site. It becomes popular, becomes very important to your business, and pretty soon you'll find that hundreds of similar domain names have been registered by cyber squatters. Basically every imaginable typo of your domain name, every imaginable misspelling or way that someone might mishear your name, they're all going to be registered because they're all going to be getting substantial traffic as a result of the popularity of your website, and just the fact that people are going to be making mistakes typing in your domain name, ending up at these slight misspellings of your domain name. So if you're not paying attention, you're going to find that your customers are being diverted. It may not be a large percentage, but it can be numerically, a very large amount of customers who are looking for your site. They're ending up at a cyber squatter site, and you have no control over the content of the cyber squatter site. There's a few things that he can do, that a cyber squatter can do. They can redirect to another site. It could be a gambling or pornographic website or a competitor's website. But probably the most common thing to do, as I mentioned earlier, is to throw up an automatically generated page just covered in links, sponsored pay-per-click links. And so the issue with that is that they're going to be, those links that are up there are going to be related to the domain name. So most likely they're going to be links to your competitors, and they may even be links to your own website. If you advertise with AdWords, Google AdWords, they automatically place your ads on relevant sites. That will include these cyber squatter sites, and you'll be paying to have your own customers sent back to your site. Or even worse, your customers will be distracted, see a link to a competitor's site and go there instead, and you will have lost a customer. So the bigger your web presence is, the more business you generate online, the bigger a problem this is. Thanks for watching. This week's podcast addressed cyber squatters, a little bit of background about them and how they can become a problem for your business. In next week's podcast, I'll address ways that you can proactively prevent cyber squatting problems, and ways to deal with cyber squatters once they've already become a problem. Again, I'm Cliff Hyra with Hyra IP, and if you have any questions about this podcast, you can reach me by email at cliffordhyra@hyraip.com, or you can contact Legal River at podcasts@legalriver.com.
Thanks for listening to this edition of the Legal River Podcast. If you have a business law question you would like to see answered in a podcast, please email us at podcast@legalriver.com. To reiterate, all views expressed in this presentation are intended only as a general discussion of the issues and should not be regarded as legal advice. For additional details or advice about a specific situation, please consult legal counsel directly.